Hey, what's happening, guys? This is Diego Techie Life again. So I got this Ubiquiti Edgerouter Lite. It's a little older, but still pretty good. Model on this thing is ER Lite-3. If I can get it there. Man, I don't like this. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why it doesn't do it anymore. There it is. Okay. So, I've tried powering this on. I'm gonna do it right now. And yes, I'm gonna do it without the case and all that crap. So, too bad. Let me just back out. Turn off my light here. I'm gonna show you something here. This is 12 volts. There's about 2 amps coming here. All it needs is 1, so it'll be fine. Do y'all see that? Those little lights blinking, blinking, blinking. Alright, so you saw that, right? Set this aside. This is what came in my mail today. Check this out. So I'm using this because this is a industrial or commercial router, and I want to add more control to my residential internet. Come on, man. Alright, cool. So we have here, zoom out again, receipt, cool. Power supply, got some cool stuff, yada yada yada. This is 12 volt, 1 amp, and it is Ubiquiti, so that's fine. So let's throw this to the side. Model number is still the same, ER Lite-3, and let's give it some power and see what it does. That's a normal working router. So there's one thing that I kind of did see on here. I haven't taken this apart, obviously, but let me show you something real quick. So this router, let's zoom in a little bit. I think that's fine. That should be good. Zoom in a little more. That's the most it zooms in, huh? Come on, buddy. There you go, right there. Right there's where I want you. Zoom into that for focus. Man, what is up with this focus? Focus, focus. Alright, let's zoom out just a bit then. Better. So this thing has obviously a power entry in here, capacitor here, so power entry here, capacitor, more capacitors, and then we have the inside of this IC, and then we have another here and inside of another IC. Now if I look at this correctly, actually it's a spitting mirror image of this and this. This is next to this. This is next to this. You have this cap here, this cap here, and it splits off almost the same. Now, the interesting part is you put it on dialed mode here on my meter, so you hear that. I go to the positive side, I go to the negative side. Sorry, I'm not making a good contact here. You hear that? Let's lift this up. Let's set this up on weird. Man, this sucks. Alright. So I'm gonna test the positive side and then the negative side here. It's almost just about a short. So there's one pin here, from here to, I think it was this pin. Let's see if I remember which one it was. Okay, so from that pin to this one, there's a short. But when I go from this pin to that pin, which should be the mirror image, there's not a short. Let me flip it over just to make sure. Going from this pin to this pin, there's no short. So it leads me to believe, and if I can, I don't know if I can zoom in close enough here. It's really hard for you to see, and you probably won't be able to see. But I'll load up a picture right now onto the video. I said I took a better picture. But there's actually like a dimple on, where is it at? On here. And I'm thinking this is the bad one right here. I'm not 100% sure here. So let's see, let's go back to this one. That's a short. No short. Short. No short. Let's do it this way. No short, which that may be the problem. No short. Oh wait, come on. No short. Short. No short. Okay. So the first and the second shouldn't be shorted. It should be good. Shorted. Not shorted. Shorted. Not shorted. And I'm thinking that that's why it has that little dimple in here. It's really hard to see, but there's a little dimple in there. So we're gonna open up the good one here, and we're gonna kind of compare. And I only bought this one because it was really cheap actually. I wouldn't have bought it. I basically thought to myself that I could fix this other one here. So we have, I think it's 3 screws in the back here. 3 Phillips screws in the back. So we have 1. Two. We got 1 more. 3. You don't have to take the ground one off. That one belongs on the chassis. Careful with those screws. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Alrighty. So, let's see here. Let's flip this over. Alright. So let's see if we have a short on into these two, positive and a negative coming in. So positive here, negative here. We do not have a short. We have some resistance, but it's not a short. That's good. So we know that there's no problem there. If I go from this middle one right here to, let's see here, middle here to the first one here, no short. Ooh, come on. Okay, no short, no short, no short. Let's try this side here. We're good. We're good. we have no short going on at all. So we might actually have a problem. Okay, I think that one's shorted. Yeah, that one's a complete short. This one, from here to here, is a short. And then let's see if we can test these two out here. From here should be short. Okay. That one's good. I'm just basically trying to figure out where the short comes from. The bottom right. Okay. So this one should be shorted. Or maybe not. Interesting. Interesting. So let's check this back out again and see where we have similarities. That's good. There's a short. So what I'll be doing is I'm gonna be changing these out, these ICs, because we do have different values are being read for both of them, but I really think that it's gonna be on this bottom one right here. What is it, this one? Yeah, this bottom one right here. Let's see if we have the same characteristics on both of these sides here. I'm trying to see if this top one is good here. So the one right next to it should be shorted. That's correct. So let's see. Come on. We may actually have two battery problems here. We might actually have two bad, not EPROMs, the ICs, but I gotta do some more testing to see if this top one is bad or if they're both bad. So the only way I have to do that is just to kind of mess around here. So I did, like I said, I did order these two, or this, they're the same chips. So I did order them, and I'm gonna see how, or whenever it comes in, I'm gonna change it out, and y'all see that. So after removing that chip that we saw here, that one, I do not have a short anymore. So let me point here. I don't have a short. I have some resistance, high resistance, but not a short, which is good. So I'm gonna try to power it because I'm an idiot and I like to mess things up. I'm gonna see if that light stays solid or something like that. We'll see. I got no lights. Oh, of course, because my power supply is not plugged in. Forgot about that, right? So let me plug in my power supply. Let's see what we mess up here. Alrighty. I got no lights. Cool. That's fine with me. As long as I know that there's no short, then I should be fine. I do hear some clicking. It's probably a relay here. Now let's measure some voltage here, just to make sure we're good. Before I wasn't getting any voltage, and now I'm getting my 12 volts now, so that's good. Let's see here. 12 volts, of course. So 6 volts. Cool. So one way now that I can troubleshoot this without taking off is I can plug in the original one here, or the good one. Give me some light. There we go. Sorry about that. I can plug in the good one and then measure voltage from there. So put the negative in the chassis here, and then we have, see, we have 12 volts. I guess the chassis is not part of the circuit here. Oh yeah, it is. So we got, I guess it's not the chassis, but I guess it has to be the metal prongs here, but go off of the side here. There we go. So I got 12 volts coming in. Let's see what we get. Here should have been 0.6. Fine. Did I say 0.6? Let's make sure again. Yeah. So here we got 0.6, 0.6, 0.7. Whoa. Over here we have, come on, 12 volts here. Of course, 12 volts here. This one's 5 volts. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one though. I need to look at this one. 5 volts. This one should have been 12. 12 volts. This should have been 0.6. This one's 0.7 actually. 0.7, 0.8. I have 5.7. 12 point something. I have nothing here. 0.78. Cool. So I think let's go back to the other one. See if we have the voltage just going the right path here. And if we do, then we basically just figured out that what's wrong. Let's plug this back in. So should we have 12 volts here? Yes. Should have been 0.6 here. Yes. I think it's 5 here. Yes. What is this? 0.7, 0.8. This is no voltage. This one I think was 12. Yep, 12.8, 13 volts. This is good. 6.87. So I think it is going to be this right here. We're gonna, let's see here. Let me unplug this real quick. Go back to dial mode. Let's see if we can find a short here. From here to here. That one was fine. Okay, no, we're good. Sorry if I get in the way here. So yeah, that looks like that's the only short there. Well, it's not a short because it's actually a shared path there. But it looks like our EEPROM is the problem here. Let me come in here, and since we have the EEPROM here, we can actually test the EEPROM. So this is where everything went in at, I believe. This, let me see if I can look at this over. The only short that should be is this one right here. Oh, I turned off my meter, of course I forgot. Should have been these two right here. So let me, oh man. Should have been this one. I really need a helping hands. This one should be shorted. Maybe not. Jeez. Let me put this back over again. This is annoying. Anyways, I'm gonna wait for this to come in, and we're gonna change it out, and hopefully we'll have a good router. So stick around again. Alright, so we're back here with the router again, and we got our package in the mail, and it's a bunch of integrated chips here. So I ordered a quantity of 5. Let's see here. Let me adjust this light. So I ordered a quantity of 5 just so we can have some more for the future. Let me see. There we go. And hopefully we can, once we salvage this router, we can actually sell some of these parts, or sell some of these ICs, and maybe make some money off of it. So let me open it back up here. So let's go ahead and open this here. There we go. Right. So I don't know if you can see here what the chip is. Really hard for you to see, but essentially it's the same chip. The top letters are the same, the bottom ones are just different, and I'm thinking that's because of the maybe like a batch number or serial number or something like that. Let me relocate this light here. Alright, there you go, a little bit easier there. So remember that our chip was located here in this area. Let me zoom in here. So our chip was located in this area. We're gonna relocate, or not relocate, we're gonna put it back down again there, and hopefully we won't have any problems. So let me go ahead and put some flux on here and go ahead and start working. Actually, there's my chip. I'm gonna set my chip down here. So there is like a little black dot on this thing. That little black dot right there basically will follow the correspondence of the corner. Let me set this down here. See that little white dot right there? That's where that dot's supposed to correspond. So that's how we know where it's oriented. Let me get my hot heat gun, and we'll get started. There we go. Let's throw some flux on this first. Alright, so I just finished installing that chip here, and we're gonna verify our continuity is present. I know it's a little hard for y'all to see here. Let me see if I can zoom in. So I'm just gonna, most likely I'm gonna touch it up with the solder a little bit, but I want to see if there's continuity, if it's making good contact here. And I'm gonna use my 2 probes with the diode mode. So we'll check it from now. Let's see. That's right. Let's see what else we can find. Pins are a little hard to get to, especially with low light. I believe we have a full contact there, but I'm gonna hit it up with just the solder, just a little bit, just a little swipe there. And then continue on from there. We'll check it after that. Alrighty, so we have the board clean. I cleaned it with the toothbrush and some isopropyl alcohol. Let's see here. So I went ahead and, like I said, I touched up the ends there. Let me see if I can get you better. There we go. So it's not the best soldering there, but nothing's touching. Everything seems like it's checking out as far as the values go, or not values, but there's no shorts. So the main short that was happening was the power adapter here. So we plug it in this in here and here, and we have resistance. Let's see here, 556. Let's flip it over. We're in diode mode, of course. So I don't have a complete short. I have a high resistance, but not a complete short. Let me actually check my other. I have another one of these, so let's check it out. So I just want to make sure and compare if they're the same values here. So put it on negative here, chassis. Got about 19. The value reads about 1900 on my multimeter. Let's check it back here. The value here reads about 1900. It's 1897. So hopefully we got it fixed here. We're gonna provide power. So let me find a power supply. So I got the original Ubiquiti power supply here. Gonna go ahead and power it on. Now all I'm looking for is just solid lights that are not blinking like before. So let's go ahead and kill these lights here, and let's make sure it's good to go there. Plug it in. Come on, let's see here. Let me try to get here. Something's not picking up here. Let me check voltages. So 20 volts. Can make sure we got voltage here. So 12 volts going in. See voltage makes it out of the of that chip. Wires. So 12 volts. 12 volts there. 5 volts there. 2.5. 12 volts. 1.5. 6.7. Down to ground. 1.3. So I'm just looking, comparing. Okay, so I'm going to check each and every one of these values and make sure that they correspond to the other chip that's supposedly working. So give me a sec. Alright. Starting with the first one. Let's move this way. So we're going to stay on ground. So first one, 5 volts there, 5.1. 12 volts there, 12 volts there, 2.5. Oh, there's a difference. Since it's 0.6, also it's 2.5. That may be the bad one. Alright, so then we have, let's try the other side here. By the dot, 1.4. This dot, oh, there we go, 6.8. So essentially we have something, I think we got the wrong chip. 12.3, oh, this is 13.3. 6.7. That's 0 volts. 0 volts, that's fine. 0.3. 0.78. So I really think we got the wrong chip, and unfortunately it's not because I got ordered the wrong one. It's just because I think there's different variations of this. Man, I really wanted to fix this, but the chip's not outputting what it's, supposedly what it's supposed to be. At this point, the only thing I can actually do is try to find a chip that's the same values as that one, or the same chip number. But I guess that's it. At least we know we don't have a short anymore. Because if we had a short, we wouldn't have that little green light here. This little green light on the power supply. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to save this one. But you kind of learn how I troubleshooted this and learn how we can possibly fix something like that. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be that little IC chip. That's the bad. Well, guys, until the next time. I really wish I could have saved it, but thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing, and see y'all on the next one. Laters.